A backtest allows you to see how a particular set of stocks or ETFs and a set of parameters would have performed during some period in the past. Each combination of things defines a backtest scenario. You can have as many scenarios as you want. Before you create a scenario, you must define a basket of stocks and/or ETFs that will be used by the backtest scenario. In this demonstration, we're going to define a basket with just one ETF in it, SPY, and S&P 500 Index ETF. At the top of the page, click on Baskets. From the Select Basket dropdown, select New Basket and give the basket a name. To add the ETF to the basket, click the plus sign next to Stocks and ETFs and begin typing the name. Select the ticker from the list shown. For a more general introduction to the Baskets tab, please see the link to the Creating and Updating Baskets article in the description. To create a backtest scenario, click on the Backtest tab at the top of the page. To create a new scenario, from the Select Scenario dropdown, select New Scenario. Give the scenario a name. Open the Initial Accounts and Holdings for Scenario section. We first need to add an account to put money in. To create a new account, click the plus sign next to the Accounts label. Give the account a name and click the Add Account button. Now you need to add some assets to the account. For this demonstration, I'm going to add $50,000 cash to the account. To do that, open the Accounts section. From the Action dropdown, select Deposited Cash. Type in $50,000 for the amount and click the Accept button. While this example only uses cash, you may add stocks or ETFs that you own to the account or options that you've sold. For a more general introduction to setting up accounts in Backtest or in the Trade section, please look at the article Setting Up and Manipulating an Account. There's a link to the article in the description. After the account or accounts have been set up, open up the Parameters and Policies section. Select the basket you want the scenario to use. Set up the fee structure that's used at your brokerage. For this demonstration, I'm going to say that there's a 65-cent per contract fee for buying and selling options. Next, set up the investing directives. I'm going to choose to generate buy to cover suggestions. Finally, I'm going to choose to maintain diversification in this scenario by choosing the approximately equal value for each stock or ETF option. Although, when there's a single stock or ETF in the basket, the diversification directive actually has no effect because there's no choice about what to invest in. An in-depth introduction to the Parameters and Policies section used in both backtest scenarios and in the trade page may be found in the article Explanations of Parameters and Policies. There's a link to the article in the description. Now open up the Scenario Results section. To run a scenario, you select the begin and end date and pick the Run Scenario button. For this example, I'll have this scenario begin running on May 29th, 2023 and run through September 1st, 2023. As the scenario runs, it will show the date that the scenario is working on and the phase of the data gathering and optimization that is in progress. A summary of the results so far will be displayed in the Summary section. Details about which option and stock positions have opened and closed to the current point in the scenario run will be shown below that. The scenario will show the approximate time that's been taken so far by the backtest and the estimated time remaining. Note that for the scenario run, the video you're watching is showing a time-lapsed view. When the backtest is finished, you can see that at the end of the scenario on September 1st, we've made $2,544 in option premiums and have been left holding 100 shares of SPY, which on September 1st have a value that is $309 below the purchase price of $44,900. That is, 100 shares at $449 per share. In a real-world scenario, we would continue by selling a call option on the shares that we hold, collecting the premium, and so on. However, if we include the temporary capital loss, the scenario has a net gain of $2,227.20 after deducting the $7.80 fee paid for buying and selling options. This is an annualized return of about 17%. In the option position history, you can see that most of the options have been assigned or expired, but in some cases there was more profit in covering the outstanding options and selling new ones. At this point, you may be asking yourself how the return compares to the buy and hold return for the same period and other questions. For more information on the performance of the wheel strategy, please see the article section on wheelstrategytools.com. Thank you for your interest in Wheel Strategy Tools.